Réunion est diffusée en direct, j'ai compris. I understand.
Okay, so here we are. We are live. We're just going to wait for a minute for people to join us here. So yeah, we'll take our time here.
Well, by the way, are you at home?
That's right. Yeah, I'm teaching from home today. And so look who it is. Hey there.
It says it.
Yeah. So
you don't go to the centers? Like recently you didn't go to any center?
Tomorrow I'll be in Locke, but today and yesterday I'm yeah. How about you? You're from Menzah?
Yeah. Today I'm in Menzah, tomorrow I'm in Ghazela.
All right.
So I'm taking care of Ghazela too. So I spend like most of the week here, and Wednesdays and Fridays in Ghazela, like doing social clubs and like taking care of my students there.
Right on.
But it sounds like is your favorite, huh?
I don't have a favorite, but yes, it's the place that's closest to where I live, so it tends to be the place I go to the most. But yeah, so I mostly teach in Locke and online. Of course, I'd love dropping in on Menzah, Megrine, Ghazela, and yeah, just haven't been down to Seuss yet. Okay, so not yet. But
we need to go to Seuss, both of us, I guess.
Yeah. Right on. Well, let's see. I'm trying to see if we have open up the comments here for the live. And all right, there. Good evening. Good evening, Rania. Okay, hope you're doing well. And you are our famous winner, Rania. Okay, that's how we know you. But it's good to have you with us again. Anyone else with us? There's Nabil. Hi there. Welcome back.
As usual.
Yes. All right. Another one of our winners. And so we've got, I think, quite a few people watching. So go ahead and say hi in the comments there. Again, I'm Casey, and Ghassan is with us tonight doing the live. And we're going to do it on stories. So that's kind of a broad topic. We can certainly talk about lots of different kinds of stories. But before we begin, maybe if you have a favorite story, you could put it in the comments. So we can certainly be watching for those. So yeah, how were things today in Menzah there?
Actually, I had Nabil today here. He attended the social club. It was fun. Yeah, we're cool. We're kind of sad, a little bit sad because Arwa left yesterday, but we're managing. We're having like great social clubs here. As usual, Menzah, always we're having a lot of students. We need to take care of a lot of students. It's fun. It's always fun here.
Yeah. Always lots of noise, lots of activity over there in Menzah. So that's always fun to have classes down there. Good. Yeah, today from home.
How is it online?
Yeah, things are good at home, quiet as usual. Yeah. Okay, thank you there. Nabil's confirming that Ghassan is telling the truth. Okay, good. Yeah, for me, I've been home. I've been yesterday I had a lot of social clubs. Today, mostly encounters, but it's been great. Got to connect with some students I haven't seen in a while, and got to have some new students as well. So that's always fun. So stories are again, we're waiting for your comments there. If you have a favorite story, pop it in the comments there. For me, stories. Yes, go ahead.
I know Nabil has a lot of stories. I know Nabil has a lot of stories, so I think he's going to share. Maybe he's writing right now one of his like brilliant stories. He's a camping guy. He loves to camp.
Okay.
So those guys have a lot of stories to tell.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, and so we'll actually talk about there's a lot of different aspects of stories. For example, you use them in business. We tell stories to children. We might go camping or have a great experience and share a story about it. Lots of different ways, but we have stories that come in books, stories that come in movies, TV shows. Of those three, stories, books, and TV shows, which one is your favorite? What's your favorite way to hear a story?
For me, I enjoy the three. Well, when I was younger, maybe I preferred movies because, for kids, it's easier to just watch something and like follow the plot and everything. But when I got older, I discovered the beauty in written words, like you can live the moment while reading something. So I really appreciate books now, and I'm still watching movies, of course, and TV shows. TV shows because like there's a long story, you get involved more than movies, like you're one of them and you start to feel for them. So the three are amazing for me.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you. I really like stories and books. Those are my favorite. My favorite way to hear a story is through a book or through someone telling a story, of course.
Mm.
That's maybe the most amazing way to hear one. But for me, TV shows and movies would be number two, number
Mm.
three. I
Mm.
do enjoy it, but I think there's something special about reading, and I like that a lot. So um, you have the older fairy tales. I think about Hans Christian Andersen, some of the old school writers, and I really enjoy those. I know they're not maybe like sci-fi, and they're not as new, they're not as modern, but
Mhm.
I enjoy the style, and I feel like they're just really special. So I enjoy older stories personally.
Mm.
Um,
Uh, what's your favorite story like in a movie, let's say? Do you have any movie that was stuck in your head? Like the story was so amazing?
Yeah, that's it's hard for me to think about a movie which has such a impacting, moving, gripping story that made me really, really think. But for me, the my favorite story from a movie would probably be Forrest Gump, which is not
Um,
yeah, it's kind of an interesting impact. It's classic American movie, but it's the reason I love the story is it puts this very slow, ordinary guy in all these amazing events. And so the story that the movie is telling throughout the whole thing is that um, the things that are historic and that are, like a key to American history are things that
mhm.
all of us experienced, not just like the few people who actually saw it or photographed it. And that's my interpretation of it anyway. So
Yeah.
I really like
Uh,
Forrest Gump.
it's also about motivation, I guess, no? It's like because with every story you come up with something, the main idea of the movie. Like for me, well, as a movie, I enjoy The Godfather, for example. I don't know if you ever watched it. So, like, when you follow the story, you come up with the conclusion that family is the most important thing. Like, you should prioritize your family. Family is like the basic thing in your life. Then you can build everything around that, okay, whether it's business or anything. Okay,
Mhm.
Nabil wrote something apparently. Yes, I love hunting. So every Sunday I go to hunt with my friends. And did you have any stories while hunting, maybe?
That would be good. That'd be good. But yeah, I really like good point there on that. And so then we can take some of these important parts of the story, for example, the conflict, the
Mm,
character development, how something starts at the beginning and then is challenged or is attacked or is threatened and then grows and becomes something else. These kind of natural parts of the story, and we actually use them in business.
mhm,
And so we're looking at this Harvard Business Review article called "How to Tell a Great Story," written by Carolyn O'Hara. And so, just this really interesting quote here: "Business leaders won't be heard unless they're telling stories." So that's from Nick Morgan. And we live in this world where there's so much information and details and statistics
mm.
and really, if you want people's attention in a world where you're trying to get investment and you're trying to make sales, you need to be a storyteller. And so
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. Like even real life situations, like for example, when you hear about Elon Musk, everyone knows his story, like did he start, how like he was struggling, he went through a lot, and then he was so motivated. So when people hear that as a story, they believe in it. They sort of believe in that, and they want to follow his lead and do the same thing, maybe. Right?
Yeah. And so I would think maybe this sentence from the article would also be really important for us. Every storytelling exercise should begin by asking, who is my audience and what is the message I want to share with them? So if I'm trying to tell a story like someone like Elon Musk, or I want to make an impact and share who I am or what I'm doing with people, I need to think, what's my message and who is my audience?
Audience, yes. I guess even with writers, like every writer has certain audience in like his mind. He tries to get his ideas to that certain category of people. Okay, so for example, when we look at Dostoevsky, he doesn't share the same audience as I don't know, Albert Camus or something. Everyone has his own audience. Okay.
Yeah, Rania is mentioning great meaning there, and I think some of those meaning. How do we tell that there's meaning in a story? Because there's conflict, there's something lost, there's difficulty. And so one of the things the article says is, don't make yourself the star of the story. Don't make it about how you did all these amazing things. Rather, you have two choices. You can put your company as the star of your story, or your customer, your audience as the star. And so they're what's making you or the company change into what it needs to be. And so if you can tell your customer's story, you can sell, you can succeed, you can do what you need to do. Got some comments there too to read.
Even though it's not easy to make your own business, the success is wonderful. Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to go maybe through a lot in order for you to attain that success, to achieve it. No? I mean, we struggle in every like how to say, like in every domain we struggle to achieve that success, because that's what we live for, that joy, that moment of joy and success. So we have to have a story behind all that.
Yeah, and so the same skills that you use telling a story in a business setting would be the skills you're using when you're telling your own story. So I do a social club about storytelling. A complimentary class about storytelling where I have people just tell stories and we're practicing. And sometimes people are talking about a time they went traveling and they lost something. They lost their passport, they lost their papers. And some of them are funny stories. Some of them are moving in other ways. And so I encourage them, practice telling the same story to people, because when you do that, you learn how to tell the story. You learn what words make people laugh. You learn when to pause, when to go slow. And also we practice using the present tense when we tell a story, because in English, if we're telling a story, even a story about the past, we're going to stay in the present tense.
Yes. Do you know any stories about famous people? Like, do you have any in mind? There are a lot who went through, a lot of like famous people we know went through a lot. You know any of them?
Yeah, maybe like examples of classic stories. I think about athletes. I think about sports heroes, and so many of them start off in poverty, and they start out in having very little, and then they become something amazing. Or think about a hero like Frederick Douglass, a hero of mine who used to be. He was born a slave, and then he taught himself how to read, and then he became a lawyer, and he defended slaves' rights, and he fought for their rights. And so before Abraham Lincoln in America, we had Frederick Douglass. And so there's so many great stories and inspiring stories that we can learn how to tell.
Yeah, there's one of my favorites is Keanu Reeves, the story of Keanu Reeves, like he went through a lot. He lost his wife, lost his child, I guess, lost his everything. But later on, when you look at him, like he's a very good person. He's doing well to everyone. He's doing good to everyone. He's helping everyone. So that story makes you a legend, maybe. Albert Einstein, Maram. Oh, hello, Maram.
It's Maram. There she is.
Yeah.
Hi, Maram.
Oh, we miss you. What's the story with Albert Einstein? Can you like write it briefly?
I think she was calling me Albert Einstein. I think that's what she was saying. I'm not sure.
You
but,
think so?
I think. I
That
don't
would
know.
be a huge compliment.
There you go. Yeah, Rania, as well as stories of
love
Nelson
that.
Mandela and Martin Luther King. Yeah.
We miss
Yes,
you too
we
a
do.
lot.
We do. Yes. We hope you're well there, Maram.
Yeah, Jim Carrey also has a great story. Like his father lost his job and his family hit like rough times. He went through a lot. We have a lot of examples. I can't like remember all of them.
Yes, but
Oprah. You can't forget about Oprah. Like everyone loves her. Oprah, she's a role model to a lot of girls or even boys nowadays.
Yeah, and so there's so much. Yes, to add that to that, you've got Bill Gates, you've got many people, and so there's always this this idea of someone having nothing and then going up, or someone making a big change, or someone losing something. But these kind of important things about a story, the more we tell, the more we listen, the more we learn to love stories, the better we get at telling them. And then there's a quote, a famous quote that says, "Good stories happen to those who can tell them." Good stories happen to those who can tell them.
That's a good quote.
What do you think it means?
It means good stories happen for the ones who can like share what they came up with of that story. Okay, so for example, you came up that you lived a story, a certain story. You came up with the fact that you need to be persistent, you need to have courage, you need to, I don't know, like to never give up and everything. So you need to share that story with the morals of it. I guess that's the meaning. Do you think the same?
Oh, that's good. That's a good, I mean, there's a reason it's a famous quote, because it has lots of meanings. For me, I see it as there's a reason someone always has a good story. That person that always has a good story, he's not lucky or unlucky, but he's looking for those great stories in life, and he finds them because they're happening to many people, but not everyone is aware of them. I think that's what the quote is saying. I don't know.
So they're writing something. Maram said, what I know, and it's not a lot, is that he suffered from continuous failures when he was a child. Albert Einstein, yeah. He couldn't speak fluently until 9 years old and has been expelled from school. So yeah, he's a role model to a lot. I wasn't hearing you, Casey. Can you speak?
Yeah, I was just letting you read, but that's great. So we're nearing the end here, as we still haven't heard your favorite stories. We've heard some of your favorite people, but do you have some favorite stories for us? While we're waiting for that, yeah, maybe a book, maybe a movie, maybe a TV show. Yes, there's with Michael Jordan as well. Lots of amazing documentaries, by the way, about Michael Jordan. So we're gonna give away.
Book, I have something. I guess I can I can share it. I don't know. It's so
go for it.
Whether it's wise to share it or not. But actually, my favorite book is The Stranger. It's called The Stranger for Albert Camus. It's a book mainly about the protagonist of the story doesn't care about anything, I guess. So nothing bothers him. He thinks that in the end, like we're all gonna die. And like he lost his mother at the beginning of the story, and he was kind of indifferent to that. I know he isn't supposed to be a role model, but then like he went out with this girl and he was totally indifferent to, like, even when she said, let's get married, he was like, if you want to, why not? And then he killed someone, and in court they were judging him not for killing someone, but because I guess there's a meaning, like a hidden meaning for that. They were judging him because like they said he didn't feel remorse, and he wasn't sad about his mother. He was indifferent. So they judged him upon his own, like, beliefs, not things he done. Okay, so that's the thing. I don't know. And he was totally indifferent about it too. It's a pessimistic story maybe, but it has a deeper meaning. I cannot like think about it right now.
That's okay. What's interesting about a story is often we feel the meaning before we understand it. And so some of those stories you might feel kind of this way at the end of a movie or a book like this, and then later you understand what's going on. And that means as a storyteller, you have to know that you're kind of dealing with feelings, you're dealing with logic, and you have to kind of work with both. Okay, so Maram's talking about this movie, Memoirs of a Geisha, and you remember its impact even if it was a long time ago. Yeah. While we're talking about these and writing these comments, we're going to give away 2 weeks again, because we like to give stuff away. And so we're going to give a 2-week scholarship away, and we have a question, and I'm going to ask you for 2 words. One starts with the letter A. The other one starts with the letter M. And so I said, when you are storytelling, we said every storytelling exercise should begin by asking 2 questions. One of those questions is who is, and then the word we're looking for starts with A. And then what is, we're looking for a word that starts with M. So that's our question. You can win 2 weeks with us at Wall Street English today if you can tell me those 2 words. One starts with A, one starts with M. And if you get them both, again, 2 weeks.
Can you repeat the question, please? Like the words.
Every storytelling exercise should begin by asking, who is my A, and what is the M I want to share with them? Okay. And Ghassan, if you get it, I'm not going to give you 2 weeks.
Of course,
okay? So it has to be someone in the comments there.
I'm having it for free, like 1 year for free.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right.
I guess they can come up with it because Nabil was focusing when we were speaking about it. So,
I think they will. Okay, not the word author.
Close.
We'll let them keep going.
Yeah. Just keep going. We can talk about. So maybe we can write it on not the word, of course, a word that starts with A, and the second word starts with M, right?
Mm-hmm.
That starts with M. Message.
Okay, so message is correct. Message is correct. So now, who is your, and it's a word that starts with A. Can you think of it? Okay, so Rania and Nabil both have the first word. And maybe someone else will come in. Maybe it won't be Rania or Nabil. Maybe it'll be a third person. Who knows?
Is Maram still there? She shouldn't be saying this.
I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. So this word that starts with A.
Nabil, massage, he said. Massage.
So he means message, yeah. Message is spelled with an E there. No, how about, okay, the definition of this word is the people who listen to you when you speak. The people who listen to you when you speak. We'll see if they can get it there. All right, we're gonna say there's Mehdi just by like 1/10 of a second.
Yeah.
Mehdi beat Rania to it. But now we have Anis and Rania, Mehdi, everyone says an audience. Good. Okay, well, congratulations to Mehdi for getting that word there. We will get in touch with you about 2 weeks. And so...
Wait a second, like Rania came up with one word and Mehdi with one word, right?
Okay. Well,
so I guess we need another competition for that, no?
Well, I think because he was the first person to have both, we'll go ahead and give it to Mehdi this time. Also, I think Rania has the world record for the most victories here with us. So I don't think that she will have a problem with that. I think, of course, you can confirm that for me there, Rania. But great. Well, we're glad to congratulate Mehdi there for the win. And so I will get in touch with you. We will be in touch with you there, Mehdi. And oh, he says give it to Rania. He says give it to Rania for the
Oh, he's kind. He's so kind.
More championships. All right, how kind of you, Mehdi. So great. Well, we are glad to have you here with us, and thank you again for winning and for commenting, and then for sharing. Sharing is caring. All right, there you are. You're both there. So kind. Great. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, for checking in with our storytelling. So obviously, you can check out this article. We'll make sure to put it up for how to tell a great story. If you want to know,
I can't hear you, Casey. A slow internet connection, maybe.
Oh, can you hear me now?
My connection. Casey?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now yes.
All right, great.
We're done?
Yes, we're going to be finished for now. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
That was quick. Yeah, it was my pleasure being here with you. I hope we can do this more often. Like,
yes,
we can try to. It was a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Awesome. And visit us in Menzah, okay? Or in
I'll come by. I'll come by. Me
okay,
me and Maran both. All right, great. Thank you all, and we'll catch you all again soon.
See you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good evening.